you're evaluating property and you're doing your due diligence and you're running the numbers on a property, on a business, on anything, I want you to keep in mind that there's a couple things you want to look for. You're always evaluating numbers before taxes. And I teach this a lot in a lot of my consultations. If I'm ever talking to various students or clients in the country, always let them know, listen, get in the habit of doing everything before taxes. So you want NOI and you want to do before taxes. I've seen a lot of brokers, and it's not their fault, it just depends on how it's calculated. Many times you'll see numbers that are after taxes. And I got into the habit of doing everything before taxes. You want the NOI before taxes. So whenever you're calculating anything, if somebody tells you what are the numbers, what's the NOI, whatever the case is, and let's just say an example, it's 100K. Well, one time I remember buying a property, it was years ago, and I saw all the tax deductions that the seller was giving me. Now, this was an off-market property, and specifically, there's a lot of investors right now that are looking for off-market property. Well, the seller indicated to me that, hey, these are the reductions I make and I take and all this other stuff, and I thought, okay, no problem. Well, my tax predicament wasn't like his, so I really couldn't take advantage of the same stuff. He had a lot more advantages he can take that didn't apply to me, really. So there's your basic stuff, obviously. I'm not talking about your capital gains. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about you could really dwindle down a lot more on a balance sheet, operating income, whatever the situation is, right? Now, we all have our depreciation. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about if you're looking at an off-market deal, there are ways to zero out your taxes legally, but you got to have the right structure. You got to set things up in a certain way. So whenever you're evaluating a property and you look at the NOI, don't look at, maybe you have 100 grand there, right? Don't look at, oh, I can reduce this down to zero, because whatever someone else is doing may not apply to you, right? It may be something totally different. So talk to a professional that knows what they're doing. Put the numbers in front of your accountant or your CPA or whoever you use and let them know, hey, listen, can I do this? How can I reduce this? What can I do? Work out a game plan. Strategize with your tax accountant, whoever it is does your financials. Strategize with that person. See what other advantages maybe you're missing out on. Maybe you can't do very much. I notice this a lot in a 1031. A 1031, I know a lot of people, sometimes they're under the gun, right? They can't find anything and they're gonna just say, okay, screw it, I'm just gonna pay the taxes. Well, there's capital gains, which pretty much is the same everywhere. Like there's only so much you can work with. I think what they're talking about is zeroing out maybe their operating income or something like that. So there's a lot of things that I would definitely say, listen, talk to a CPA. It might cost you a little bit of money for a consultation, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're working on a property and you really don't know and you're not sure, talk to someone who does. And really think long term. Because if you own a property for 3 or 4 years, then you refinance, you take some cash out. Listen, recapture is coming. It might be 5, 10, 15 years, whatever. You're gonna have to pay that tax sometime. So get a plan together, talk to someone, see what it is, and make sure your numbers are accurate, make sure their numbers are accurate also, right? That's the best you can do, but make sure your plan is in place. Make sure you know kind of the path you're going down on. So I hope that was helpful. All right, this was a quick video. Hope it was helpful. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, ask me questions, comments, love to help you out, and thank you so much for watching.